Beware of kangaroos. They are dangerous, dangerous animals.
Huh.
Hi, kitty cats. So it's another Masked Monday, and today we're going to use the skin soothing Tonymoly. I'm having a lot of trouble saying that today. Let's try that again. Skin soothing Tonymoly I'm Real Tea Tree Mask Sheet. So I've used a Tonymoly mask sheet before, but it was an avocado one, and I really, really liked that one. So, and I could use some skin soothing because I have a lot of red stuff here that I would like to, although it probably won't even hit me there, but we'll see what happens. Take off the glasses because we don't want to put it on over the glasses. That wouldn't work. And this stuff, these sheet masks are always just like slimy. There's been a couple that haven't been too slimy, but most of them are pretty slimalicious, I guess. Is that even a word? It's not a word. I just made it up. Oh, it's dripping. I hate that. I hate it when it's dripping. Okay. I think I've got it. Yes. Alright. Oh. I do not like the smell. And I like the smell of tea tree, but there's like an added smell to this. Where is the rest of this? Hello? Hello? There you are. Oh, it just... This one's giving me a hard time smoothing it out. Yeah, of course, it's not going to hit the area where I'm really red, but we'll just smooth some of the gook onto that area. Right? Hold up. That be good enough? Okay. So we've got it on, and now my hands are like really icky. Let's see. What does it say? Directions. Tear open, apply to face, leave on for 30 minutes, and then remove. That's all it says. So, pretty basic. Most of them say afterwards to like massage the rest of the, moisture in or whatever. But we got 20 minutes. And I believe I have some questions. Let me look them up. I think I had some questions on the last one that I did. I believe someone left me some questions to answer. I hope everybody's doing good. Oh no, I'm pretty happy. So, let's see. I know that somewhere are some questions. I think on this one. Is this that? You don't want to hear the old one. Anyways. Yes, I knew. From Lainey Laugh, she left me some questions. Her first question was, would you ever do a Draw My Life? I don't really know what that is. So I'm not sure how to answer that. Someone is going to have to explain to me what that is, and then I can answer what it is in the next Masked Monday. I don't know what a Draw My Life is. So I assume it's some sort of challenge or something. Would you ever do a boyfriend does my makeup video? Yes, absolutely. Trying to get him to do that. Been talking to him about it over and over. The biggest problem with that isn't even this is dripping. I can feel it dripping. The biggest problem with that is not even about getting him to do it. It's that he mumbles a lot. when he has been in the few videos, like vlogs that I've done, oftentimes people have complained to me that they can't even hear what he's saying. And I understand, because I kind of live with that all the time. And that's just, he really doesn't talk loudly. He talks very low, and he mumbles, and he doesn't get it. Like, you tell him that, and he's like, I don't know what you mean. He just does not understand that. And I've told him, like, I need you to be able to pronunciate more, because he has said that he wants to be in some of the videos, especially ones that involve food. For the future channel that I'm going to be doing, he really wants to be able to be in those ones. And it's like, well, if you're going to be in those, you need to be able to speak so that people can hear you. And I even think that people can't hear me that well. So if you can't hear me that well, you definitely wouldn't be able to hear him. So he needs to be able to speak up more. The next question is, have you ever been out of the country? Would you like to go? Excuse me. I was out of the country once. I was in Australia for a couple days. I don't have much to say about it because I wasn't like in a touristy area. I had a really weird boyfriend at the time. He had a lot of money. We went out there to this ranch that I guess he was invested in, and we went. A kangaroo came in. They told me not to move. Literally, a kangaroo came into the building, and they were like, "Don't move, because if you move, it will go after you." And so I didn't move, but I was thinking, really, like really. And kangaroos aren't as cute as you'd think they are when you're like actually near them. They're really actually kind of scary. They're kind of scary, and it finally left, and they were like, okay, it's cool now. And I was like, well, what would have happened? And they're like, well, it might have kicked you, and that would have been really painful. And I was like, all right. And I pretty much didn't do anything while I was there. I mean, there were sheep everywhere, and creatures of different kinds, lizards and stuff that it wasn't my cup of tea. If I was gonna like enjoy myself in Australia, I'd probably want to go someplace where there's shopping and other things like that. I'm not really into like being on a ranch or a farm. Like, I can go there to like a petting farm's fine, where there are animals where you can pet and say hi to, and they're oh so cute. But an actual like sheep ranch was kind of like boring and not much fun for me. And then we kind of like just hopped back onto a jet. Well, not completely hopped back on. We like drove, and then we like hopped back onto a jet and went back. And that's like the end of the story. Like, I've never been out of the country other than that. Someday I hope to, though. And that's probably like, no, that's not the next question. But I would like to say that someday I do hope to go to some different places. The next question is, how does it feel to have 100 subbies? It feels really awesome. And actually now I'm at 150. And I am so happy that my channel is growing and that you guys like watching me, and I appreciate all of you. I love your comments. I love your questions. I haven't had too many like issues either with subscribers being like nasty to me. Like, when I watch other YouTubers and sometimes I read comments that are made, I'm like, really? Like, that's awful. And I realize that the bigger you get, the more there's going to be stuff like that where people are going to be mean and nasty. But I think the fact that there's always more people that like your channel than not like your channel. I mean, you can't let like a few nasty comments keep you away, because there's always going to be people that are going to be like, towards you. But the fact that I am at this many subscribers now has really pushed me to make even more videos and try and make different kinds of videos and keep you guys interested as much as possible, because I want you guys to be happy, which is why, when I did the 100 subscriber giveaway, I asked, like, what do you want to see? And for the most part, it was challenges, and which is challenging for me because most challenges are done with other people, and I don't really have a lot of other people to work with that want to do it. Like, I had one of my friends come over once, and she did something with me, and that was cool. But most of my friends are really not into being filmed. They don't want to be filmed. They don't want to, be on the camera that much. So I need to, and my daughter's okay with it sometimes, but sometimes she's not. So I can't really, always be sure that she's going to be involved in it. And like we already said, my boyfriend's, has trouble, speaking loudly. So I need to find people who are okay with, doing these challenges. Or you could tell me about challenges that I don't need another person for. Like, I know there's the challenge where you do your makeup without a mirror, which I'm fine with. I suppose I could do that, but I don't think... I don't know. I have a one wonky eye, so when I do my makeup, it's almost like without a mirror anyways. You guys still think it looks good, which amazes me because I know one of my eyes is off from the other. Although a lot of times I have tricks to keep you from noticing that. But yeah, one eye is always off from the other. But I think that's probably a challenge that I could do. But if you know of any other challenges that I can just do on my own without other people, or just what kind of challenges you'd like to see, I would like to hear more about that. So, the next question is, do your kids support your YouTube channel? Well, my daughter, who you've seen on the YouTube channel a few times, she's on it once in a while anyway, so she's pretty supportive of it. She's very involved sometimes, and sometimes she even gets behind the camera and films me. She's not in here because this is my new beauty room, which I will have a little video on that eventually. It's not done, we're just getting started, but I'm going to do a video just showing you what's been done and what is going to happen hopefully in this room. But she's been pretty supportive, I think. So that's been good. Okay. I'm going to be a stepmom of a 6-year-old girl soon. I have no kids of my own. Do you have any advice? That's really hard for me to advise on. My daughter's never had she's only had me as her mom. I don't know what it would have been like for her to have had a stepmom. I don't know at all what that would have been like for her. So it's hard for me to explain that or tell you what to do in as a stepmother. I think if the actual mother is involved in her life too, my biggest advice is don't step on her toes. The bond between kids and their mom is pretty strong usually. I don't know what the situation is with that mother. Maybe it's not strong. Maybe she's not around. But also the bond, make sure that you and the father understand, what is wanted of you and what you can do with the kids. You have to make sure you're on the same page. And I think that's the case in any sort of parenting thing. All the parents need to make sure that they're on the same page in their home, because otherwise it's going to be very, very hard. Because it's confusing for a kid if mom says one thing or stepmom says one thing and dad says another thing. And some kids might use that to their advantage and play. Be like, oh, I know that this one will say yes if this one says no, stuff like that. So that is my biggest thing, is just make sure you're all on the same page of how you discipline and how you handle things and what is needed to be disciplined and what's not, because you have to choose your battles when it comes to parenting too. That's my opinion. I was strict with my daughter when she was little, and as she's gotten to be a teenager, I let go a lot because I think it's just not worth it to get upset over every little thing. If I did that, I would have spent way too much time just like being in a very agitated, stressed out manner. But that's me. Everybody parents differently, and that's the other thing. That's one, like, you need to make sure you're on the same page with the person you're parenting with. That's all I can really say about it, which actually was more than I thought I would say. So, and that was all the questions from Lainey Laughs. So there you go. And we've been on this, I think, for like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna do like the other 10 minutes off camera and come back, and we'll see how this worked. Okie dokie. Here we go. Ugh. So, yeah, I'm just gonna rub this stuff in a bit. Like, some of them tell you to rinse them off, some of them tell you to rub it in. This one didn't really tell you anything, so I'm gonna go with the rub in. Let me tell you one thing. This stuff was dripping down into my boobies. It certainly was. It was very messy. Messy, messy, messy. So, wow. I can't say there was anything really special about this one. I didn't care for the smell. It wasn't just a tea tree smell. There was another smell to it that just was bothering me. And I didn't like it. It's like some of the stuff got on my glasses. So yeah, wasn't into that. So I don't think I would get this one again. Was it soothing? I don't know. I don't feel like it was not soothing or soothing. I feel like it was just gook on my face. So it wasn't like anything special that made me get excited or anything. It's not like last time. Like the last mask I did, that banana oat gel stuff was awful. That was just, I hated that. This wasn't to that extent. It just wasn't anything special. Like, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't special. And a lot of them dripped down on me. So that's not that big of a deal either. So yeah, that's what I can really say about it. So the only things else I could say today is beware of kangaroos. They are dangerous, dangerous animals. And they're not as cute as you would think. Baby kangaroos, though, super cute. And little pouch, very cute. Adult kangaroos, scary as hell. And that's all I've got to say today. Bye-bye, kitty cats.